Speak up, reach out, go vote, show out. From your neighbor to City Hall. Reach out, go vote, show out. Serving people is what it's all about. Reach out, go vote, show out. Frankfort Civic Proud. Speak up, reach out, go vote, show out.
From Capitol Halls to Bourbon Balls, this is the City of Frankfort podcast for the Frankfortians. We're swapping stories and spilling the tea and celebrating the quirks that make Kentucky's capital the best hometown around. Welcome to the City of Frankfort podcast. I'm Alex, and today we are joined by two of Frankfort's MVPs, Daniel Doss and Ryan Adams. Daniel and Ryan are the City Street Division Superintendent and Assistant Superintendent. They and their staff are the crew behind maintaining our city street infrastructure, making special events happen, and most importantly, this time of year, snow removal. Welcome, Daniel and Ryan. Snow removal doesn't just happen when you see a plow roll by your street. It's a coordinated effort that starts hours before the first snowflake and often continues long after the storm has passed. For most people, a snow day might mean sleeping in, but for the snow removal crew, the day can start as early as 2 or 3 a.m. So walk us through, when does your day actually begin, and when snow's in the forecast?
Find out snow's in the forecast. We usually get our information from obviously the news, and Ray Kenny, our emergency management director, he gives us a lot of information. And we start getting our trucks ready and everything before the storm comes in. That way we can be ready when it actually hits. And then myself, I go out and check the routes as the snow gets here. And once it starts collecting on the roads, I call Ryan and he calls our crew in, and we start. Whatever time the snow starts is when we start. It could be any time.
But you all have to prep before the first snowflake, don't you?
Yeah.
So if there's like an anticipated nighttime snow, do you just have to stay up pretty much and watch the weather, or what's your plans there normally? It's a long night no matter what, isn't it?
Yeah. Most time if we get off like say the prior day to it, earlier normal working hour time, I go home, try to get me a rest or whatever, and watch the news. That way I can see what time it's supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And then get up every hour or every so often until it starts falling. And then when it falls, I actually go out on the routes and check and make sure it's sticking or not. And crawl through. So it can be a long night.
I love it. So you're tired before it even starts.
Yeah, most of the time.
Once you report to the garage, what's the prep work like? Like when the snow starts falling and everybody reports, what do y'all do? Do you go over a game plan, or how does that work?
Typically, yeah, we usually get all the crew in, and then they get the trucks they were assigned to and figure out where they want to go and have to go. And if we have any trucks that are down, which truck they're going to be in. And then we have sidewalk crews and everything else that goes out and take care of like bus stops and stuff like that and bridges.
About how many guys y'all have that have to come in normally?
I believe it's 19 counting us right now.
Golly. Yeah, that's a lot to maintain. When you think about snow removal, we think about our own roads. I'll look out my window and just worry about how I'm going to get to town or get to work the next day. How do you all think about it? If you have to get to work, but in reality, the scope is much larger than that. What's the scope like for you all? Because most everybody else just looks at their road or their street and worried about how their family's going to get someplace. I don't think people appreciate that you all have to think about everybody's road and how everybody's getting to school and work safely. So what's kind of your mind frame from that? How do you handle that?
As far as me, is just I want to make sure that we get in early enough to keep our crew safe, that they're not having to drive through the worst of it to get here.
Right.
Because not every one of them has like a four-wheel drive vehicle like other people do or don't have.
Right.
And then once we get here, we salt and plow every road that the city maintains, whether it's a cul-de-sac, a little alley, whatever, we take care of it. So if we're plowing, it usually takes us about 4.5 hours to get over it once. So you got to think the first road that you hit, if you was continuously go back, it would take you 4.5 hours to get back to it. So if it's snowing hard, sometimes you get right back and it's like you've not been there.
It's a constant, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you all make that order or prioritize that?
Each route, of course, Frankfort is very hilly, so
right.
All of our drivers try to focus on their steepest hills, for everyone's safety. And then out we got the hospital road that goes out to the hospital that we keep clean first, and then all of our fire stations and stuff like that for emergency personnel.
Yeah, so. That makes sense. I don't think that I could do that. I don't think I could drive a snowplow.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot behind the scenes that Public Works doesn't always see. The public doesn't always see. What do you think people would find most surprising about your job? The people that don't work directly here with the city. What do you think, like, the general public would find surprising?
I would say like the prep work that it goes into
Yeah.
just one event, or
Yeah.
anything that leads up to a certain event, snow event or anything like that.
Yeah, and that's not just the street department, the city garage, the maintenance garage that does all the mechanical work to our vehicles and stuff. The day before snow comes in, if we have anything that's out of place or needs repair, they prioritize us, so they have a large job. They come in with us.
Right.
That way, if a hose blows on the snow plow or something like that, they can repair it. So it takes a group effort for sure. It takes all of us to make it work for sure.
Yeah, I don't think the public realizes how close city staff works together in general. You know, like, I don't think they realize it's kind of a domino effect. And like, for me being with parks, I don't think they realize I depend on you guys a lot. Big projects or things, we work together on events. I think a lot of times the public doesn't have faces with the projects.
Right.
So they don't realize you all are the guys out away from your families or in the danger or anything like that, and that we all work so closely together. I know I couldn't do my job without you. So do people immediately come in and know what they're going to be doing? Is there a structure for that? You know, obviously they know you two are the ones calling the shots when you come in, but, you know, do they immediately jump in their trucks and know where they're going? How does that look?
Each driver has a route. We have 11 routes, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and they have their own routes. And of course, we have anything that changes on the route with construction or plates.
Yeah.
We try to give them a heads up, and if we have other guys that need training, we put them with them. But they usually know their routes if they've been on them for a while and what to do.
Yeah, that seems like another thing. Like, they know if there's a snow coming in, then you can't take off. Like, you're
Right.
responsible for that route, and that depends on you whether you're have a cold or want to be home with your babies or whatever. You can't
Yeah.
take off because, you know, the community's kind of depending on you.
Yeah, one of the hardest ones, I guess, would be, when we have to come in on a holiday,
Yeah.
like Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, we've had
Yeah.
to be in before, away from family. And those kind of sting a little bit, but we all realize it's our job to do so.
Yeah, and I hope the public understands what a sacrifice it is, you know what I mean, for you all to be in and making us safe, and
Sure.
that way everybody else can get to their Christmas Eve party safely while y'all are out working and in the dark. I personally, because y'all are my favorite guys, I think about you every time it's cold, and I'm so thankful I'm not out in it. Of course, if you needed me, I would be, but I'm like, gosh, I'm glad I'm home in the warm. Can you give the public just some tips or things that you all think from doing this over the years that would help make snow removal, safer, a little more effective for the public? Things that people could be doing at home or in their space that would make it easier for you guys?
Just obviously, if you can, stay at home if you have that opportunity. Not only just to help us out, just to stay safe for you and your family also.
Yeah.
And also, if you do on-street parking and you have a place to park your vehicle off the street to allow us to get in and plow the road and salt it, and our trucks are relatively large and wide, so some city streets are very skinny. So if anything is in the way, it really makes it a whole lot harder for us to do our job for sure. And just know that we're doing everything that we can. Some days we get to it faster than others, all depending on if equipment breaks down or what goes on. So just please be patient with us and know that we're out working and trying to get it clear for you and your family to get where you need to.
Right. Just be patient. I think
Yeah.
that's the number one
Yeah.
tip. Everybody be patient.
Yeah.
When I worked at City Hall a little while right out of college, and I answered the phone, and especially during the wintertime, we got lots of snow calls. I don't think you all run those roles yet, but I just remember I was shocked by how frustrated people were on things that were like out of your control, or like, snow's in front of my mailbox, or
Yeah.
just think before you complain, because somebody's out there working really, really hard. You know what I mean? And I learned a lot from that experience. I didn't love answering the phone then, but I learned a lot about your all's job then, because I just thought they're so underappreciated and they do so much for us. So I hope people realize that. Well, we thank you both for coming and your entire crew. We've already had a whole lot of snow this season, so I hope everybody knows how important your job is. And again, be patient. They're working really hard. Let's get to the fun part. This is my favorite part. We do rapid fire at the end of each podcast. And sometimes I don't always have two people, so I'm going to make you both answer.
Okay.
It's just questions about Frankfort. You don't have to give an explanation. Just what answer comes to mind immediately. You ready? Who's going first? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
You want to go back and forth? Let's go back and forth with answers.
Yeah.
Okay. First one. Favorite Frankfort street to plow?
I'd have to say Broadway downtown.
Really?
Mhm.
Cool.
The last one for the event.
We get to go home, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Exactly. That's exactly right. That's how I would feel. Okay, favorite caffeinated drink while you're driving the snowplow. What keeps you awake, keeps you going?
I've been drinking a Mountain Dew probably.
Plain old Mountain Dew, full
Yeah.
strength,
Yeah.
not diet or caffeine free, full
I
strength.
need that.
No, you're my kind of guy. I want full strength, either water or full strength. I'm not doing
Yeah.
that half stuff.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Sweet thing. Your favorite Frankfort event?
I would say Bourbon on the Banks. Just a 2-day event that
Do you
pretty
ever
much
get to
covers everything.
actually attend events? Or are
Actually-
you always working?
I've attended the very first one in 2019, I believe it was, and
Yeah.
it was a good time. And then ever since then, I've worked every one since.
Yeah. What's yours?
I guess mine would probably, I kind of got a tie. I guess 4th of July, just because it's an awesome time of year, plus, all the fireworks and everything. And we work with you guys on Haunting on the Hill.
Oh.
I enjoy it. It's a good
It's a
time.
long day, isn't it?
It's a long day.
That's another thing I don't think the public realizes, like the little things like roads having to be blocked for races or barriers being put out or things like, you all do it all. The signs that inform people to park, you all do it all. They don't.
We got an awesome crew that does it too. It's not just me and Ryan. We don't want to leave it at that for sure. We got guys on there that do a good job.
Every time I work with your crew, they are more than helpful.
Yeah.
And like I say, part of my job is a lot of times events, and I couldn't do it without you guys. It's a big part of it. Okay, favorite snack for the road?
I like beef jerky, probably. Something.
Good protein.
Something
It's a
to
good choice.
work on there.
I like junk food, so nacho Doritos.
Yeah.
Everything.
I'm more of a Cool Ranch girl, but yeah. Okay, last one. Think of a good answer. On your day off, when you finally get a break, what can we find you doing?
Probably working on some at the house, or if I have time, take the kids on the river.
Yep.
Something like that.
You're both dads.
Yeah, everybody say probably working on something, spending time with the family, or fishing, something like that.
Yeah, I want the public to keep in mind you're both dads. So when you're out scraping the roads for them to get someplace safe, you're not with your kids. So they need to be patient. Okay, thanks for joining us this week, fellow Frankfortians. We'll catch you again next week on the City of Frankfort podcast. Don't forget to follow City of Frankfort podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and make sure you subscribe to our show feed wherever you get your podcasts. Get weekly episode notifications. Thanks.